Scuba dooba, shoot boop ba doo ba ba. Skate bo 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 bo. What's up?
Come knock on the door when you're done.
Okay.
Also still eating because I'm a fatty.
I'm also still eating, so I wouldn't worry about it. Oh, loading video. Skew boop shoot dooba skew
Come knock on the
boop.
door when you're done.
Okay. All right. Cool. We're live. Let me start hitting post and send. We gotta start telling cool people that we're doing stuff. Tell Tumblr.
Just so you know, it is. Oh, they can hear me. Cool.
Who can hear you? The people in the chat?
Well, it's. I think I'm gonna have to close the live stream because it's.
It's like doubling up. There's a way for you to just be in the chat. I'll be in the chat. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
We live. I don't think anyone's watching yet though.
No. I turn off the volume because it was very loud.
We could just keep eating soup. I'm eating soup. I don't know what you're eating.
I'm eating barbecue pork.
Barbecue pork? Barbecue pork?
Yep, some Chinese barbecue pork. And now I'm done.
That sounds delicious. We have a Red Menace who can hear us. What's going on, Red Menace?
All right, cool.
Cool, we have one viewer. That means we can start. Hello, worlds. My name is Rafi Diaz. Liam Garrison is eating barbecued pork. And we make Thoughtcast. I currently have a stomach flu. And I really don't like it.
Is that what you talk about on a thing like this?
What's up? Yeah, no, you talk about pretty much everything. Oh, it's Sweens. Sweens is the Red Menace. Secret communist. Ugh. Cool. It says we have 9 viewers.
I don't know what that means.
That means 9 people are watching us and only 1 person's talking. So if you don't know, Thoughtcast is a webcomic that Lane, well, not really a webcomic, it's a traditional comic that Lane and I make. It is about a scientist named Professor Pearl who lives in a 1-bedroom spaceship apartment with her cat Micah. They land on planets made of people's brains. And on those planets are Star Trek-styled Monster of the Week problems that they need to deal with. But those Monster of the Week problems are metaphors for interpersonal problems and mental problems and things that people gotta deal with because we live in and stuff. And Professor Pearl helps their new companion through their problems and their feels to a better, brighter day. And that's the gist. We got 2 things we gotta work on. We got a new page that Lane's working on, which is pretty freaking sweet. Seska's here and so's Joe. These are all friends of mine from college and high school and stuff. Flippin'. Lane, you want to talk? You haven't said anything. You've just been drawing.
Whoa.
That's Lane. Lane's a cool guy. Lane's working on Turtles now. He was working on Korra.
That's true.
How's Turtles?
I just painted some dirt.
Dirt?
Show. Yep.
Yeah, I was going to say, the majority of the show is CG. What are you doing on it?
Design work.
That's awesome.
And some texture painting.
I was going to say you would probably be doing some texture painting.
Yep. All right.
That's cool. That's kind of useful for, like, you could do video game development a little bit if you've done some texture painting.
I mean, yes. Yes.
Is that a pearl?
Yeah.
That's a pearl. So
Do.
one of the things that we're going to be starting on is if you guys want to give us questions, feel free. But Lena and I are going to hash out some concepts of a thing that Pearl has in her apartment because Pearl has a robot butler. Because if you lived in a 1-bedroom spaceship apartment by yourself with your cat, and you didn't feel like cleaning your shit when you came back from interstellar missions, you would probably build yourself a robot butler because you'd be intelligent enough to do that because you're Professor Pearl. In this hypothetical situation, which I'm outlining for you.
True statement. All
True
right.
statements. Oh. My belly is terrible. I don't like it. Makes me upset, Lane.
I'm sorry, buddy.
Emotionally and visibly. Da-da-da-da. So, do you have the concept images up for what I left there from like freaking months ago? I don't even remember what I put up there.
Nope.
I think I had some stuff from like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like just Daft Punk and tuxedos. I think I had something from, what's the name of that TV show? Robot High? Or not Robot High, Clone High, thank you. There was a robot butler on Clone High and he was hilarious. Ba-ba-ba. What? Oh, there it is. So yeah, if you go to Dropbox, Thoughtcast, characters, in your Skype.
I'm too busy drawing this robot butler.
Oh man, look at him. He's got drinks on the ready.
That's right. And a fancy towel.
We got a howdy from Orlin Hero. We can say howdy to him back. What's going on, Orlin Hero?
Okay. So, going to Dropbox, checking this out. Going to do stuff, looking for things.
You should pull up the thing. The reference images.
I'm pulling up the thing.
Alright, do that thing.
What did you say it was?
Characters, Dropbox, Thoughtcast, characters.
Gotcha. Found it.
Charles.
Yep. We got Bender. We've got Alfred from Batman. And we've got Daft Punk.
Yep.
All right.
And we also have the robot from Clone High.
Wesley.
Wesley.
Yes, we do.
Yes, I would like questions.
Wesley.
What have you been up to, dude? Like, in the past few weeks? We could talk about that.
Well, I'm transitioning to Turtles, so that's really interesting. That's been mostly what I've been up to.
You've got possibly...
Been rock climbing a lot.
You rock climbing, that's awesome.
Yep.
You stopped doing CrossFit, or you started doing more CrossFit?
Still doing CrossFit.
Sweet.
Still doing CrossFit.
Word. I've been getting better at Magic, which is a weird thing to be proud of.
The Gathering?
I went 2-1 on my last Friday Night Magic. I'm actually kind of proud of that.
Nice.
I feel like I just understand the set, and that when we get to a new set, I'm not going to do as well.
No, I mean,
But
it'll be fine. A lot of it is just understanding basics, and then you can move from there.
yes, I believe Lane is on a Cintiq. I can't read your username. Give me half a second.
I
Senor
am-
Dibs.
I'm really bad at drawing robots, as you will find out. Really bad. And this is going to be really embarrassing for me. So, enjoy that.
We got a lot of people in the chat now. This is kind of awesome. I wouldn't worry about it, man. There's only like certain design things that I'm worried about, which is like how robot butler is he? Like what percentage of him is robot and what percentage of him is like humanoid? Because the upper body clearly needs to be humanoid, the face needs to be humanoid, but like is he rolling around on 4 wheels or does he have legs? Does he have arms that shape change, and if so, to what extent? Like does he have a giant vacuum belly?
He's got Bender
parts.
arms. He just does whatever he wants. He can have an opposable thumb.
Where did you come up with the concept, both visually and backstory, for Professor Pearl? So, Lane, where did you pull from visually? Because I know that I gave you some stuff, but where did you personally pull from?
Pearl came from... Oh, cool. I'm saving this. Pearl Pearl came from my love of Scooby-Doo and of Velma.
Mm-hmm.
And
Velma's
then
awesome.
of cool hipster culture.
Girls with big black
Girls.
rimmed glasses.
Yeah.
I think the thing about that style of fashion is that there's something incredibly childish about it, while at the same time still sort of being like mature and adultish. You know what I mean? Lane face.
I do. I agree.
What else? Sorry to interrupt. You mentioned Luca, which is something I didn't put in the concepts folder, and then
Oh yeah.
someone
And
brought
Luca.
up Luca, and I was like, Jesus Christ, of course Luca. If you guys don't know who we're talking about Luca from Chrono Trigger. She was a very obvious, straightforward slap in the face inspiration for Pearl, and I didn't
Yep.
even realize it until Lane had pointed it out to me. I think we both definitely moved in the. There weren't any drawings of Velma or pictures of Velma in the concept folder for her, right?
But as a child of the 80s and 90s, it just happens.
No, it was like a subconscious, unsaid thing. Because, Christ, I love Velma.
Everyone does. She's adorable.
She's so cute. I just want to squeeze her cheeks and eat Ben and Jerry's and watch Netflix with her.
I mean, yeah.
Basically. You can have little floaty feets. That's a possibility. Floaty feets are awesome.
Pearls, yeah. She does what she wants.
I just in terms of where I was thinking about for Pearl, I sort of wanted to make something very happy and fun, and something that the idea was that I was sort of stuck in a rut and I needed to start exercising and taking work seriously and transitioning into becoming an adult post college. And I decided to exercise more often and played inspirational music when I woke up, and it sort of felt like I unlocked something in my head that made become like a better version of myself. And then I was like, how cool would it be if there was someone who sort of traveled to people's brains in the same way that Sora travels to different hearts and planets and Kingdom Hearts and unlocks the thing that's holding them back in their mind. And Pearl just kind of came out of the idea of well, who would that character be and how would she unlock the thing that's holding you back? And that's where Thoughtcast came from. In my brain space. How awkward would it be to watch Scooby-Doo with Velma? I feel like
It would be awesome.
it would be one of those
No
things.
awkwardness.
Yeah. No, it would be like watching Hunger Games with what's the name of the actress?
I feel like Velma would handle it like an old slideshow or talking about, I don't know,
She'd
an old
giggle.
camp trip. Yeah. Like with a projector, and she'd be like, oh, and this was this story.
Jennifer
And she'd get
Lawrence.
really,
It
really
would be like
excited, and she would re-explain it for you.
yup. It would
She
be
would
like
say,
watching
"Please,
Hunger
Ron."
Games with Jennifer Lawrence. Is essentially what watching Scooby-Doo with Velma would be like. She'd be like, oh my god, you can't see it, but Shaggy right now is totally just talking to Scoob. He's not even paying attention to what's going on with the camera. He's just being a goofball. Fred's making bunny ears behind the camera, being a jerk.
As he does.
As he does. Apparently his thing now is he likes making traps.
What?
Like in the latest incarnations of the show, Fred's all about trap making.
Well, that's good for him.
Oh man, we're almost at 20 viewers. We're at 17. What's up, all 17 people? That's interesting. Slightly inflammatory of the ego. I like the little robot mustache.
Oh yeah. I think Robot Stash is gonna
Is gonna live on.
continue.
Lane, what made you decide that you wanted to work on the project?
I was forced into it. Beautiful words. No. So I've known Rafi for a while, and one day he called me up and he was like, "Lane, I've got this idea. Let me lay down some fun stuff for you." and he pitched me this story of wonder and magic and of optimism and of greatness, and that was really all it took, because it was so fun that I wanted to just like get on it right away, which I think I did.
Yeah, man. You started drawing that weekend.
Yep, and things like that, I'm finding, aren't the norm. Where you're so excited about a project that you just can't stop yourself from working on it, and so opportunities like that are rare, especially coming from like cool friends that really want to make it happen. So that was
an interesting venture.
yeah, that was the start, and since then it has been a roller coaster ride of fantasticness and time management.
Funness.
Yeah.
Our lone hero. I was about to say our lone hero. Our lone hero says that all this robot talk reminds him of Ratchet and Clank, which I have yet to play.
I'm going to admit, I too have not played Ratchet and Clank.
I understand that they're super duper fun. They're like third-person shooter adventure games, and they totally hit on the same niche as like Jak and Daxter and Mega Man, but it hasn't been on my to-play list. Ugh. Let's see. Drac2 asks, how far do you both see the comic going eventually? Would you come back to the project in the long term, given time and money? This project's gonna go on until I'm dead, I have a feeling.
Drac2 is Stefan, isn't it?
Is it? Stefan? Anyways, we're gonna keep, I don't know about Lane, but I will keep working on Thoughtcast until at the very least the first trilogy is done. Because right now in my head it's split up into two trilogies. There is there's like the introduction, which then leads to the first major climax, and then there's like a second trilogy, which is all about a completely different subject matter, which I think I'm too young to talk about, but I'm at least young enough to understand that it's worth talking about at some point in the future, which I think is the vaguest way I can put it without giving away spoilers. Animation in the future? So yeah, Drac2 says hi, Lade. So that probably is Stefan. And then Our Lone Hero wonders about animation. Animation, maybe? That'd be super cool.
Yeah, we've kind of talked about it.
We've talked about the possibilities.
But we want to kind of like get it all set up.
Yup. I mean, the story's only good in theory right now. You know what I mean?
Oh man, what if he had tank treads? He's a robot butler with style, but also extreme utility.
I was thinking he might have some kind of, what's the word? Like, little scooter feet, like 360 little balls on the bottom with like a little coat hanger design. Do you know what I mean? Like on the bottom of your like on the bottom of an office chair, those kind of legs.
Yeah, I mean that's always a possibility. Scooter feet are forever. I'm so bad at drawing robots.
Don't even worry about it. He's supposed to be semi-humanoid, and it's concepts. I wouldn't worry. But yeah, there's a lot of Thoughtcast. You guys, the biggest tip I can give in terms of where we're planning on going is that the title is plural intentionally. Like, yeah, Professor Pearl is super cool, and I'm super excited to explore science fiction with her as a main character, but the title of the comic is Thoughtcast, plural. That's important. Keep a pin in that, or put a pin in that. My belly sucks. Making songs about my belly. Lane, do you appreciate pixel art?
I do. I like pixel art a lot.
Yeah, man. Pixel art's the greatest. We're dropping in viewers. We're back at 17. The little things that make me worry.
I wouldn't worry about that at all.
Probably a good idea. Probably a good idea to not watch that ticker. Yeah, keep sending us questions in the chat. We will keep answering them.
I'll do my best to draw robots.
Has anyone picked up any of the secrets yet that have been placed in the project? Just sort of curious. If you pay close enough attention to the Kickstarter video and to the comic book, you will notice that there are tips about other things in the series, but that's really the best I can do. Pretty intentional. Somewhat intentional. You ever read Thought Catalog, Liam?
I have no idea what that is.
It's a website where you post things that you think about. People post things that they think about. It's like it's a slightly more intellectual BuzzFeed.
Is BuzzFeed intellectual?
BuzzFeed is not intellectual. It's an intellectual BuzzFeed. It's more editorials and concept pieces. Like 12 things boyfriends wish their girlfriends knew, and it's just like 12 random secrets that like these guy friends of people who write for Thought Catalog posted. And they come across as very raw and like beautiful, and I don't know, it's cute. I dig it. He's got a wily face, that robot.
It's so adorable.
Kind of looks like he would dangle that or twirl that mustache and offer me drinks at a local saloon. Lane, do you got? Oh, the butler robot has me think about Rosie the robots from the Jetsons. Yep.
Oh man, yes.
Rosie is a very big woman, and this robot, for reasons of the plot, needs to be male.
Maybe Rosie could hook up with this guy.
Maybe. Oh my god. Lane, I love my cat, but Siamese kittens are adorable.
I don't know. Siamese cats look kind of weird.
They're so cute. They have big blue eyes. Craigbot says hello. Craig is a super cool guy. He does graphic design and like video presentation and visuals work in Burlington. He's a friend from college. And he now teaches outside college that we used to go to because he's just that much of a badass. Have either of you guys had any experience like what Jack is having in the comic? Yes. Jesus. Leon, have you said I love you yet? You have said I love you yet in a relationship, right?
Wait, are you serious? Dude, I've had a 7.5-year relationship, and I'm currently in a long-term relationship.
I have
say
never
I love you all the time.
said I love you in a relationship ever once. That's just not a thing that happens. I just have a very
all about the I love yous.
I love yous are hard, man. They're difficult. The first girlfriend I had, she like seriously yelled at me and was like, "Never say I love you." She was kind of young though, so she was being dramatic. But yeah,
young girls.
Young girls are wily, just as young boys are wily. Young people are wily. But yeah, saying I love you is hard, and I've shown the comic to a bunch of people, and they're like, "Why? I don't understand the main character's plight. Why is he having such a hard time saying I love you?" I'm like, "Well, saying I love you is hard," and they're like, "Yeah, if you mean it." And I'm like, "Well, duh. That's what the guy's going through."
Right. Yes. Being honest and open with your feelings is very
probably one of the hardest things.
It makes you vulnerable, and there's a lot of opportunity for backfiring.
Tripping over your feetsies, getting scabbies on your legs.
Sometimes you just have to go for it, which Jack learns.
Yup. Sometimes you gotta throw it out there, man.
Figuring it out.
Aw, definitely Joe roars me. I roar you too. Do you know that roar is dinosaur for love?
Is it?
Love. Roar means I love you in dinosaur.
I feel it also means things like I'm hungry.
Or I'm about to eat this thing.
Yeah. That could get dangerous.
It could. I feel like there could be a lot of miscommunication in dinosaur as a language. Bum 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 bum. Da na 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 na. Shinji getting the robot. Not the butler robot though. There's not enough space. Ooh, I like that little power core thing in his belly.
Yeah.
That's a neato design.
This arm is weird though.
Oh, dude, speaking of robots and cool robot things, have you looked at... I'm not going to butcher the name of this game, so I'm actually going to look it up before I say anything. Hold up. WildStar.
Yeah, I've been really excited for WildStar for
I'm pretty stoked, not gonna lie. I'm not a person who normally gets stoked on MMOs. MMOs sort of not my thing. But WildStar...
Corey Loftus did a lot of the designs.
Plus Heather Conover did some of the designs. What?
Oh, I don't know who that is, but
She's
I really
a friend of
like
mine.
Corey
She's
Loftus.
awesome. Hey Lane, Steven told me you were doing this, says at Rahassis.
It's Rory.
Rory?
Yeah, he's one of my good friends from Tucson.
Oh, hey Rory from Tucson. And Stefan. I don't think I know either of you guys.
The delay on this is really weird.
Yeah, I'm trying to
purchased.
keep you in the loop. Oh, Jesus.
Maybe this hand just has this. It's just weird bottles.
He thinks you're Rory. That hurts deep. Okay, apparently he's not Rory.
Sorry, that's Isaiah.
Isaiah, there you go. Is it Isaiah? Was he right that time?
He'll see it.
We'll see it in a minute.
I can't type anything because
It's okay. I'm reading the chat out loud for you.
I'm so sorry, Isaiah.
Senor Dibs is laughing out loud.
That's fair enough.
I don't know. Who
I can still see the chat. So yeah. It's just weird because when I respond there's like
Slight
a
delay.
30-second delay before it actually plays anything.
Yeah, no, there's going to be a delay in general. I'm watching the Twitch stream, so I'm commenting on things as I pop up on the Twitch stream instead of watching your Skype, so that I can be working with the delay. At least I hope that's how it works. What have you been listening to, man?
Carly Rae Jepsen.
That's a regular for you.
Yep.
The Childish Gambino show was going to go to got moved.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah. It was supposed to be the first show in the concert, but it got moved. Oh, it was going to be so awesome to hear Oakland in Oakland and be the first show in Oakland. All of those things lining up at once would have been the nicest. And then the sound apparently didn't work. Na 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 na.
What's that guy?
Apparently Isaiah likes Childish.
Yeah, he's solid for sure.
He is good. At that musical bit, that Donald Glover, he's onto something, I reckon. Question mark? Exclamation mark? I like the face of that one.
Yeah. I just need to figure out what shapes he's going to be. I haven't really thought about.
I sort of like the retrofuturism of the first one that you did. Like the one on the far bottom's a little like overly detailed.
Yeah, I don't like him particularly either, but was not sure what I was doing. So
oh, anybody want to see a pearl? A specific type of pearl? The pearl doing a thing. Like pearls playing video games. Oh, what if he had a screen face like the Daft Punk helmets?
we can give that a shot.
Black pearl? Dude, I'd be super down for seeing a black pearl. Like an African American pearl. And she's got fro hair. Be super cute. Pearl singing Oakland in her apartment. Shocked Pearl. Is that shocked as in like she is emotionally distressed because she saw something, or shocked as in Being electrocuted
Like just stuck her finger
inside of a electrical outlet
in her robot.
in her robot.
Yeah. As I imagine things
Trying
like
to fix it.
that. Yeah.
So here's a fun thing. Did you know, Lane, the original concept for Thoughtcast was an iPhone game?
I did not.
Yep.
I did not know that.
Originally, Professor Pearl was a significantly more. Hold up. Suma Chine Bot says, "Hi guys." Lord Conti from FLCL. Yeah, he's also got a robot or a TV face.
And looks way cool. Man, I wish
Yeah.
I could design that.
Dude, I have been watching so much FLCL lately. I've been watching FLCL and original Sailor Moon.
Nice.
Let me tell you, the girls on original Sailor Moon were really mean.
Were they?
Yeah, man.
The Japanese or the American version?
The Japanese version, that's what I'm watching right now.
Oh,
Friggin',
cool.
there's one episode, it's all about losing weight and being thin, and the message of the story is not to, like, mess with a girl who is on her track to losing weight. And there's this one girl who's like, what's the word? They're talking to her, and she's, like, significantly chubbier in her face than the other girls that are hanging out with Sailor Moon and Usagi and crap, and, like, she's like, I know, guys, I work so hard to work out, and every time I work out, I eat, like, 3 or 4 dumplings afterwards. And the other girls chime in, and they were like, yeah, we know. I was like, Jesus. Harsh, Sailor Moon. No need to be that mean.
Keeping their friend in line.
Sailor Scout Pearl is also being requested.
All right.
Oh, Sun Machine, not Tsumami-chan. And then Roxy Bear Kitty Face, I know who that is. So that's Dan and Ashley. Dan and Ashley are super cool. They play Counter-Strike together on Twitch.
Nice.
Dan went to college with me.
Is that PV?
Mm-hmm.
We are now friends.
Boom.
Oh man, I totally want to do that Sailor Scout Pearl. That's gonna happen soon.
I'm super down for Sailor Scout Pearl.
Yeah.
Lord Noble King. Not sure who Lord Noble King is.
This guy flies, and he is awesome.
Oh, dude, that design is super armored. That's pretty boss. I really like those arms, though. And that face is super cool, too.
FLCL arms?
You got Spooky Fire? What's going on? I have no idea who you are, Spooky Fire. But hey, what's going on? You're spooky and you're a fire. And apparently the Call of Duty audience retweeted.
Thanks, Roxy Bear Kitty Face. Your name rocks. Bear Kitty Faces.
That's Ashley. She's pretty much, you're pretty much pro at this point, aren't you? In terms of Counter-Strike? Girl's pro. She has a significantly higher chance of killing people with a mouse than I do. Oh, it's Scott! He's one of our Kickstarter backers. What's going on, Scott? Scott, we love you. Purely in concept. Well, I mean, it's more than a conceptual love. It's a real love. It's true love. Scott, thanks for joining. You seem like a cool guy. You support us with money. As far as I'm concerned, that makes you awesome.
Rafi,
Yes?
you're a terrible person.
I'm a wonderful person.
Scott, we're excited just to have you.
Scott, I personally am excited just to know that you're alive and well. We got mad messages in the chat. Yeah, no, we're doing recordings, so don't worry about it, Joe, if it's too late. Not even close to being pro, but I would agree with a significantly higher chance of killing people than you. Ben. Oh, crazy. Oh, wait, now we have a Beep Neeson and a Sun Machine. Oh, God, I don't know which one's which now. Yeah, you should probably not use 2 accounts. It drives me crazy. And Spooky Fire seconds the wanting to see Sailor Pearl. Sailor Pearl, I think, is the best idea to come out of the chat so far. Also, the differences between the opening song in the Japanese version and the English version are super different. Because I can sing to you the English version verbatim.
Well, that's because when they took those early enemies over, They redid everything
Yup. They redid all the freaking things.
to fit what they thought an American audience would enjoy.
Well, I mean, the Japanese Sailor Moon theme is reminiscent of like older Japanese poetry, which just flat out doesn't make sense. It's like super poetic. Ghost Puppy says IT.
The Sailor Pearl is so not happy. I need to make her happier.
Good night, Joe. Since drawing robots, do you play robots in Modern for Magic the Gathering? Right now I'm playing. Right now I'm playing a ton of Theros, and in Theros I have been focusing on white. Also, third hip hip to Sailor Chan. Okay, cool. So Dan's signing off too, but he is also super down for Sailor Moon. Ryan's pointing himself out in chat. But yeah, no, I've been playing a lot of white. I find that white pairs with just about everything in Theros really easily. There's just the soldier units work really well. They all have amazing Inspire abilities. They all have really good, heroic abilities. And a lot of the... playing Mass Effect moment. Our backer wants to see Professor Pearl in N7 armor, which I am also super down for.
Oh man! All right. Yeah, we can do that.
She should have the Thoughtcast logo where the N7s would normally go.
Figure it.
That'd be super freaking awesome. Dude, I am also a huge Mass Effect fan. Like, huge Mass Effect fan. I love me some Mass Effect, Scott. I think it took me like 3 retries of Mass Effect 1 just to get through it the first time. But then after I beat it the first time, I played it probably 2 or 3 times.
Man, I love that game so much.
It's so good.
And terrifying.
Oh my god. There is not much out there that makes you feel quite like you're Luke Skywalker in the middle of your own space epic than that game does. How far are you in Mass Effect? Have you beaten it?
Mass Effect?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I've beaten the first 2.
So you have to get through the 3rd one?
I do. If I had the time, I would totally do that.
HC, we were just talking about Wildstar earlier. If you were not there for that announcement, I was talking about this super cool person who I knew working on the project.
Who wasn't Corey Loftus?
I've got 150 hours logged in Mass Effect 1 and 2. Damn, dude. Mass Effect is such a good game. Such a good series. Which starter Pokemon would Pearl use? What do you think Pearl would use?
Is she limited
I feel
by like the originals? Can she only choose between like a Bulbasaur, a Charmander, and a Squirtle?
I think
or does she have access to all things?
Let's start with just the originals and then we can scroll across to all of them.
Man, I feel like she might choose Squirtle because they can be glasses buddies.
Yeah, no, I was thinking Squirrel too, just because Bulbasaur is too easy.
I mean, the Bulbasaur would be nice because he could help her build things.
Well, I just feel like Bulbasaur, in terms of like difficulty of the game, like Pearl's not the kind of person to play on easy mode, nor is she the kind of person to play on hard mode. So while Bulbasaur would have been like the most logical pick, I feel like Pearl would have a soft spot for Squirtle.
Plus, Squirtle's got that crazy attitude.
People in the chat are talking with each other now.
Cool.
But yeah, I'm glad we're on the same wavelength because I was going to say Squirtle as well.
Right.
Sailor Pearl, dum-dum-dum-dum. Sailor Pearl would never turn her back on a friend.
No.
Never, ever. Does Pearl worship Lord Helix? She probably would. The other thing about Pearl is that Pearl's probably kind of ultra dorky, so Twitch Plays Pokemon would probably be a thing that Pearl would fall in love with. I honestly think that Twitch Plays Pokemon is freaking artwork.
Pearl would be programming things to make Twitch Plays Pokemon even better.
Yup. I've always imagined Pearl to be, what's the type? The kind of person to listen to, what's the name of that group? I'm a science genius girl. Boom. The theorems speak to me. Microscope is in my hand.
I don't know that one.
Times 1, times 2,
Right.
times 3. They were in all the freaking harmonics games because the band was based off some of the harmonics workers. Their name escapes me. She would totally feel bad for Flareon. Because you know something? I don't think Flareon was a false prophet. I think Flareon was just a mistake. And people didn't accept what Flareon wanted to be. Freeze Pop. That's the name of the band. I feel like Pearl would be the kind of I feel like Pearl would be the kind of person who would fall in love with Freeze Pop because she played she played Frequency and Amplitude, and was like super freaking into it. Those were really good games. Thank you, Scott, for also knowing that Freeze Pop wrote that song. Freeze Pop is awesome. So yeah, if you want to get into Pearl's head a little bit, listen to Freeze Pop, and that's the type of person she is. You want to do N7 Pearl?
I do want to do N7 Pearl. This is some crazy armor.
Aw, Seska says awesomeness. Seska says a lot of awesomeness. Rockabetty, saying that she's going to bed and that she's super proud of us and the work that we're doing.
Yay.
Much love, girl. I'll be around the internets. It's a really sweet song. I've been listening to them for a really long time. I actually remember the first time I saw Freeze Pop live was like a tiny, tiny venue of like 17 people at an anime festival in Boston. It was either in Boston or Connecticut, one of the two. And it was super nice seeing them. On that same night, I bought a copy of the latest Harry Potter book. It was a good night. Night. I wanted to do it at a somewhat decent time for East Coasters, so we could get a little bit more East Coast love.
Yeah, sorry. I have work, unfortunately.
Yeah, man. Not everyone can be fun employed.
I'm sorry.
I am super fun employed right now. The most fun employed. Guess what?
What's up?
I'm not getting any of the jobs that I applied for recently.
Oh, no?
I found out from a bunch of places that they just hired significantly more, like, worthwhile people. Like, every time I heard, like, oh, who did they actually hire? It was like, oh, someone with, like, 40 awards and 12 nominations. And I'm like, all right, that's perfectly fine then. I don't deserve that job if you're going to hire someone of that caliber.
Boo. Boo.
I'm a belly. Scott's fun employed. I'm going down to the offices right now to fill out, what's the word they were... Employment insurance is apparently a thing now. They can be Lane's interns. Lane, you should hire interns.
Son, I don't have money for interns.
Ain't got no time for that.
But I've got time for friends.
Yeah, man, friends are awesome. I think I'm gonna order Rain King cards by the end of this week, dude.
Oh, nice. That would be awesome.
It would be awesome. You should come to San Francisco the third weekend of March. It's gonna be my birthday.
I will try.
The weekend of the 21st. That's a thing you should do. You can see my face and my cat. I can put my cat in your face.
I do like catface.
Cat face meowers.
And I love catface members.
Did you ever watch Wizard People? Dear readers,
Whistle people?
do you know what I'm talking about?
Nope.
Do you know about illegal art?
Um, also no.
Do you
No,
know about?
I'm ignorant.
No, hold on. It's a like a niche thing. The last connection is not the Sons of Animals Fighting. Um, what's the name of the DJ who puts together two party songs at the same time and he creates playlists and they're really amazing? We both listen to him.
DJ Earworm?
Not Earworm. Earworm is the one who makes the yearly mixes.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the guy who makes the full albums that are just like
Girl Talk?
Girl Talk. Okay, so Illegal Art is a group that like specifically finds ways to legally produce incredible pieces of illegal art. And Girl Talk is part of Illegal Art. He's like signed essentially to that record label. But another thing that Illegal Art supported was a video called Dear Readers, parentheses, Wizard People. And Wizard People is a video of a dude who got kind of drunk and then narrated over the first Harry Potter movie without ever seeing or reading a Harry Potter beforehand. And it is some of the funniest... Oh my lord. It is so funny.
Nice. Well, it sounds hilarious.
It's so funny. Oh my god. But yeah, Catface Meowmers is an inside joke from that thing, and you should absolutely watch Wizard People. Yes! HC knows what I'm talking about. Ronnie the Bear.
I am so lost. But I will definitely check it
We'll
out.
just watch it sometime when you come over.
Cool.
Speaking of which, I'm going to be showing Logan Madoka Magica for the first time, most likely tonight.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, which is going to be exciting. Catface Meowmers. Drunk History is also very good.
Love Drunk History.
I find it hilarious that they managed to get such high-profile actors on Drunk History. Holy crap, N7 Armor Pearl's freaking BA. She's a BAMF. Look at her. What did you play when you played Mass Effect? Like, what did you play as?
I played on a lot of different things, but I liked using powers and making people do crazy things.
Powers are always fun. Yeah, I need to rewatch Wizard People soon too. And Austin is stoked about, or 2DX is stoked about with Madoka Magica, watching Madoka Magica.
Yeah, man.
Do you ever see the Madoka Magica movie?
No, I haven't.
I don't think it's worth it. It really doesn't add to the series.
That's fine. It might be interesting.
Rainbow Sasha just joined us. What's going on, Rainbow Sasha? Doomsday7 Scar, will you draw me to sleep with your soothed voice and art? Nice. So you should. Broken Halo just posted a what's the word? Contract. Goddamn, all of the names are escaping me today.
What are you telling me? What are you telling me?
The Cube Incubator. Yeah, no, I look back on it. It really doesn't add anything to the series. You can look at the series in a nutshell and not really care much for the film. And Dooms87, an ASCII Cube. And then Dooms87, I am not the person drawing. My buddy Lane is. Lane does the art, and I'm just sort of talking. Yeah, no, okay, so seriously, anybody in the stream right now, there's a thing that I've been thinking about doing called the Thoughtcast library, where it's pieces of media that inspired me into the directions of Thoughtcast and stuff that I've sent Lane and visuals that Lane have gotten. I'm thinking about making a backlog of just things that were super, super, super awesome, and one of the things in the backlog is Madoka. So if you're listening to the stream right now and you haven't seen Madoka Magica, give it 4 episodes. If by the end of the 4th episode you are not interested in that series, then stop watching. But holy crap, Madoka Magica is amazing.
Also, If anyone wants any of these drawings after this,
We'll
I'd be
post them
happy
on
to
the Facebook.
post them up. Yep.
Seriously
And
though,
I
Madoka,
may
Jesus,
paint
all the
this.
feels.
Man.
So, okay, yeah, just in case anyone's questioning, Lane, you're all Chinese?
No. I am half Chinese.
Half Chinese, half white person.
Yep.
And I'm all Dominican.
All Dominican.
All Dominican. And Pearl is some combination of Asian and Hispanic because she's essentially our daughter.
Yep. True story. All right.
Mitty the Kid, not so sure who Mitty the Kid is. Mitty the Kid's being hella sassy, and I appreciate sass.
All right. Any other pearls? Otherwise, back to drawing some more robots.
Oh, Sasha's got the stream muted. Sasha is Senior Dibs is leaving. Sasha is a shoutcaster and an old friend. She's pretty cool. I'm gonna
Nice.
tell her she's being a butt.
Take care, Senor Dibs.
I'm half Dominican, half internet. Thank you for correcting me. Elspeth Pearl.
Elspeth.
I'm gonna do a quick image search for Elspeth because I'm not actually sure what that reference is. I feel kind of bad. I'd love to see a contract
magic.
Pearl.
It is magic. She is one of the characters from the card game.
One of the
think she's
characters
a-
from what?
She's a planeswalker?
Oh, is she? Oh, she's the White Planeswalker. Yeah, I'm not up on my magic lore that hard. I'm not gonna lie to you. I love the what element would Pearl? Whoa, mad stuff in the chat. Half angel, half demon Pearl with wings and all. Oh wait, we're on Twitch. I'm supposed to do this. Raise your Adonis. Bender Pearl. What element would Pearl be? Pokemon Pearl. Also, if you haven't read Madoka Magica, it's a different story. I highly recommend it. Broken Halo's recommending more Madoka Magica stories. I think Pearl would be white blue. I have been playing with a lot of white blue, and I think white blue is exactly how Pearl would feel. She doesn't have the strength to be, or the ferocity for red. She's definitely not black, and green is too natural, whereas Pearl is very much so about science and experimentation. So I think she would be blue-white.
Or just blue.
Mitty the Kid says I'm at least 1/10 beard. So I'm about 1/10 beard, 4/10, or I suppose 2/5 internet, and then half Dominican. Oh, Avatar: The Last Airbender element. What type of bender do you think Pearl would be?
Pearl?
Yeah. Oh, Ghost Poopies is leaving.
Pearl would probably
Bye,
be
Ghost Poopies.
an airbender.
Yeah, it would make sense for Pearl to be an airbender, but since most of the airbenders are gone, I feel like she'd be a waterbender.
I mean, she has waterbender properties, but
Yep.
she's very, very go with the flowish. Maybe I'll do an Avatar Pearl as well. And then a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Pearl.
Dooms87 knows me all the way back from high school and earlier. Dooms87 has known me for a very long time. We used to talk about Yu Yu Hakusho while we weren't paying attention in programming class. They don't fusion dance in Avatar, but they do fusion dance in freaking Steven Universe, which is the greatest show ever.
I do enjoy Steven Universe.
Steven
Kevin
Universe is
Dart.
so good.
Kevin Dart is phenomenal.
I would freak out if I ever met Rebecca Sugar. That show is fantastic, and that woman knows exactly what she's doing. Spirit Gun Pearl, that would be... No, we have other characters for Spirit Gunning 2DX, and you know that all too well.
maybe her butler would bring her toolbox. Rather.
I always imagined the butler carrying tea. I feel like Perla would always want tea after missions.
All right. Well, other butlers can carry tea. This
That one
butler,
is going to get a toolbox.
this butler has all the sonic screwdrivers.
Oh my god. So, no joke, Spooky Fire. I was playing at a draft, and I played White Blue that draft, and I was like, man, I had a really good time. It's the first time I've ever won doing a draft. I'm super proud of myself. I'm going to go buy 2 packs just to show, like, just to commemorate the moment. So I go downstairs, I buy 1 pack of Born of the Gods, 1 pack of Theros. In my Theros pack is the blue Bident, and in my Born of the Gods pack is the blue-white god. And it was like, So now I've got a whole deck built around her. She is the shit! Minnie the Kid called back to Arrow the Acrobat, and I freaking loved that game. Whoever Minnie the Kid is, he knows quite a bit about me. I have a feeling I know who Minnie the Kid is. I know, right? I love it when moments like that happen. I'm working on a board game right now that uses a lot of inspiration from Magic the Gathering. It's not exactly Magic, it's just similar. Lane, you gotta play that.
I know it.
It did take a bunch of years for people to figure out we were 2 different people. Super freaking racist. But what can you expect from me, like 98% white school? Not to say anything bad about white people. I'm sure they're the majority of our demographic.
What?
Yup, I had a feeling. What up, Phil? Phil's a cool kid. He makes awesome beats and loops and musics. Is cool HC? Is that Pearl wearing a hood?
Yeah, it's Pearl as Elspeth.
Oh, Planeswalker Pearl. Are you still making beats for 11 a.m. and a.m. breakups? Minnie the Kid? Because if you are, you should send them this work, ask them what they think. But yeah, dude, I could totally see Pearl being blue-white. She'd probably have some awesome ability about returning cards back to people's hands, because bounce is cheaper than cancel and is less harsh but just as annoying. Because asking people to replay some freaking 13 power or 13 mana 7/7 trample with double strike is way harsher than just canceling it. Because if you cancel it, they might combo black or combo white and bring it back into their hand or the battlefield. But if you bounce, and you can just bounce over and over again once per turn, it's just like, yeah, and you're not going to do that ever again. Bouncing's awesome. It's cheap, it's repetitive, you never have to worry about it. A lot of bounce and life gain. Ah, man. Lane gave me all of his magic cards, actually. You had a bunch of Return to Mirrodin.
Yeah.
That set is broken. Alright. Thanks, Mitty. Did you ever play Arrow the Acrobat? Lane?
I did not. I'm actually not sure what that is.
So, do you know what a fast follow is?
Nope.
So, in the games industry, there's an idea called fast follow, which is whenever a game comes out and it makes a bunch of money, a bunch of other companies want to make games. Dooms87 pulling up some old school stuff. So yeah, whenever a game makes a shit ton of money, there's what's called fast follows. And fast follows are copies of the game that use the same core principles and mechanics in the attempt to make money off of what was going on. So to give you an idea, Puzzles and Dragon is a game that's getting a lot of fast follows nowadays. If you see any of those Match 4 or Match 5 games which involve an RPG element and gacha, that's a fast follow to P&D. So if you think about Sonic the Hedgehog, what were the core elements of Sonic the Hedgehog that made him sell so well? It was, the bright colors, the furry avatar. It was the exciting and fast game mechanics and the general... Yeah, like what happened with Flappy Bird, exactly. And the general sort of brightness and colorfulness of the game. So after Sonic's release, there was a bunch of games like Bubsy the Bobcat, Aero the Acrobat. There were all these furry games for Genesis and Super Nintendo that were ridiculously hard and incredibly fast-paced with hella annoying sound, because that's what they thought everybody wanted, because Sonic sold well.
Sorry, Stefan. I don't actually know what Elspeth looks like.
Crystal Casters is definitely something of a fast follow. Yup, and Sonic did have awesome stuff. So the originals are always good, but fast follows aren't always a bad thing, because if you look back in the past, you'll actually figure out that the original Final Fantasy was a fast follow to Dragon Quest. And Final Fantasy is freaking awesome, so... Dims87 brought up back in the day when I used to play a crap ton of Yu-Gi-Oh! And skip gym class to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Kids, don't cut class. Unless you're going to do something more important. Like play Magic the Gathering. Or Final Fantasy. Physical education is important, though. You should do that.
Alright.
Lane, did you ever do anything naughty in school?
No, I was a good kid.
You were a good kid?
I skipped class once with a girlfriend in high school.
Ooh.
And I got caught.
Aw.
Because my friends ran into my mom. Isaiah, if you're still there, thanks, buddy.
Thanks, jerk.
And told her that they had seen
We're
me
all skipping class.
at the park, yeah. So that was it. That was my bad thing that I did. Who else do we have here? What else? What type of pearl was I going to draw?
Spirit Gun Pearl was requested.
There's another one that I was kind of excited to do.
Let's scroll up and see what else we got going on. Oh, fucking, did you want to do a Madoka Magical Pearl?
No, we've got one Magical Girl
Yeah,
Pearl.
we do have a Magical Girl Pearl. Pokemon Trainer Pearl?
Oh, yeah. They definitely did not know that I was skipping class. It's just hilarious.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Pearl, Avatar Pearl, Airbending Pearl.
Oh, yeah, Airbender Pearl. Yeah. Thanks, Tutix.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Pearl would be kind of funny.
We can do her too. She'd be April.
Yeah, she would be.
Or Donatello. Which would be strange, because then she would like herself.
If she was both characters at the same time. I'm not caught up on that storyline. Should I catch up so that I have something to talk about your coworkers with?
I mean, you should watch the show to support me. and because it's a fantastic show. And the toys are really cool.
I am really glad that the the Twitch stream is set up to specifically focus on the Skype, because I was like, I'm gonna go check out what's going on my Tumblr right now, and definitely not a good idea to show my Tumblr on live stream.
Nice.
Yep. That's not a thing people need to see on live stream. Yeah, the sketches are going to be online later. We'll post that in Facebook.
Tifa Pearl.
Tifa Pearl would have... That's the thing. I don't know whether or not Pearl would modify her size even in cosplay.
Oh, no, definitely not. Definitely not.
I think Pearl would just always be proud of what she's got. Hey, Lane,
Yeah.
could you distract the audience for 5 while I run and grab a glass of water?
What? Yeah.
Awesome,
I'm,
thank you. I'm gonna put my stuff down. I'll be back in 5 minutes.
by distract them, you mean continue drawing?
Continue drawing and talk. Do you want me to leave you with a question?
Sure.
Uh,
Yes, I am excited about life. It's great.
what do you think is gonna be the most challenging thing looking forward into the project? And then I'll go back and listen to this in the recording and hear what you had to say. I'll be right back.
Silly Raffy. He thinks I'm going to answer that. Do you guys have any questions for me? If you do, I would be happy to answer those and sidestep Raffy's question. The best candy. Excellent question. I think it depends on the mood that you're in, because I really like Twix generally, but I find that if I'm hungry, Snickers are pretty phenomenal. Oh man, I think anytime in the 1920s, during Prohibition time, would be really fun. Laundry detergent. Wow. Okay. I'm pretty sure I use Tide with cold water. On average, so since I've started working at a studio, I do at least 8 hours of drawing there, and then at home, it kind of depends, but usually 3 or 4 in addition to that. So anywhere from 10 to 11 hours drawing a day. So yeah. And then before I worked at a studio, it was about the same, just working on my own things. I was on a plane, and the pilot died for one reason or another, and there was a parachute on board. Would you try to steer the plane down via ground control or jump out? I have no idea how planes work, but I imagine I would try to steer it, because I just watched Mythbusters, and they had a jet episode, and it looked awesome being a pilot. Yeah, not the most ideal situation with it, going down and all, but still pretty sweet. Favorite LOL champ. I really like the new champ that just came out. He's got a pretty cool design, and he deconstructs everything, which is pretty sweet. Oh no, instant death. Bummer. So I realized that I'm really bad at talking while drawing. So I completely lose track of one or the other. Guns or butter? Butter. Vegetable spread. Pretty sure it's 3 licks to get the center of the Tootsie Pop. And favorite new anime.
What's your favorite new anime, Lane?
I've been watching a lot of Yowamushi Pedal.
Yowamushi Pedal?
It's a bike anime, just about cycling. Because I enjoy bike riding myself, and so it's interesting to see how they dramatize it significantly. All right, so we've got Avatar Pearl all set. She's looking like she's having fun. Cool. All right.
Lane, yes or no? Pick a number between 1 and 10.
No.
These pearls are awesome.
Okay. Any more Pearl requests?
I think this is good. I think the only other thing that would be cool would be Pearl with a Squirtle.
A Squirtle Pearl?
Squirtle. Pearl as a Pokemon trainer with a Squirtle. And then after that, we'll log off. Or Pearl riding M-Tech armor from Final Fantasy VI.
Sounds awesome. Next time, for sure. I'm going to tackle that. I'm going to have to do my research. I haven't taken a look at an M-Tech armor in a long time.
M-Tech armor is hella complicated. It's got like 50 billion things on the inside of each thing.
Yeah. Unfortunately, yeah, I would probably need reference for that. And there are no tentacles, and I don't think there are pennies either at the Yowamushi pedal. And yes, it is a Squirtle.
Oh, wait, are you drawing a Squirtle Turtle, or a Squirtle Pearl, or a Pearl with a Squirtle?
I mean, if it was...
See you, Spooky Fire.
I'd originally planned to draw both of them, but I imagine if it was a Squirtle Pearl, it would look kind of like this.
Minecraft Pearl. We should get a Minecraft Pearl skin. That would be fun. It's got the cute little glasses. H2 all about using the Minecraft Pearl skin. Pearl's got yeah, she's got the emotional support beam. She has a slinky which can be used for stunning. It does sort of like a shock when it wraps around someone. She has glow sticks that create force fields. Her little flower, if you notice in that panel, produces a bubble around her head.
Does a lot of things.
It does a lot of things. Her scarf can create a little sort of like retro futuristic jetpack thingy for her to glide around with. Yeah, there's a lot of wacky things that Pearl's equipment can do for her. We're still figuring out a bunch of these. But yeah, she's mostly a Gizmo and Gadgets person. It should be noted that Pearl's human. There's nothing special about her aside of the fact that she's Pearl and incredibly intelligent, but like she has no superpowers, she has no superhuman or ridiculous characteristics. She's just a girl, a human girl. As is Micah. Micah doesn't talk. Micah's not a human girl. Micah's a cat.
Could be a human girl.
I mean, maybe in disguise from the future.
Undecided.
Should the narrative develop enough to allow that level of complexity? Let's hope it doesn't.
I will push towards
Not having Micah secretly be a human being cat.
I will push towards her or Micah being a superhero.
Micah is a superhero.
I mean,
Flies
kind
the
of.
ship.
Yeah. Micah does some crazy things.
I mean, my belly is not happy.
Yeah.
なんかのチョロちゃんとっても可愛いです I have a feeling I know who that is. Kaishi Raid.
Oh man, Luca from Chrono
Trigger Pearls. That's just regular Pearl.
Yeah.
That's just Pearl every day. It would be neat to have her sort of do like a Halloween set at some point. When next Halloween rolls around, we can pick out some costumes for her.
Yeah. I see that as a possibility.
¿Qué pasa, Kaishi? LOL, I have to ask who the blank is Pearl. I know it's a rare jewel. At the end, it turns out Pearl is a robot being conducted by Michael, who is really a space angel seeking redemption from space bat. So, Dooms, Pearl's the main character of this comic book. If I dress as Pearl for Halloween, will I win a prize?
All the prizes.
I should send you a photo of Minnie the Kid so you know what he looks like and what he would look like dressed up as Professor Pearl. It would be pretty fantastic.
Well, then definitely all the prizes. Right?
Oh, it's a little Squirtle Squad squirrel. Yeah, the person that Lane's drawing over and over and over again is Pearl. If you dress as Pearl at all, it will make it to the Facebook page. I can promise that much.
All right.
It's getting scientific straight up in this chat.
Lord Noble King makes an excellent point.
Word.
All right. And I think
Those are all the pearls we need.
I think these are our pearls. I'm going to compile them, and then we will post them on the Facebook later tonight.
Yeah, man. Throw those up when you're well and done and stuff.
Yeah.
No, we can't post to Suicide Girls yet. I mean, Suicide Girls has like Facebook pages essentially that you can like within their Suicide Girls network. I feel like this fan base of Suicide Girls and Thoughtcast could overlap a little bit.
Probably.
But
Cool. Well,
we will
thank
not
you.
be drawing a Suicide Girls Pearl. That's not a thing that's going to happen.
No.
No.
Pearl's not down with that.
No. Maybe if Lane's drunk.
Lane doesn't get drunk.
Yeah. Poquito.
Well, thanks everyone for joining us today.
Yeah, that was fun. I am going to go nurse my belly. Un lomo poquito.
And I'll get all these pearls ready for presentation. And
Thanks, Lord Noble King. I'm actually probably going to post a bunch of these pearls as my Facebook cover photo.
nice. And maybe I'll paint one of these. I might
She's
paint
totally
you
not down
some-
with that, HC. You are absolutely correct. That's not the type of woman Pearl is. Pearl would maybe send a semi-scandalous photo to a close lover, but she would never quite pose out like that. It's not the kind of woman she is. Anyways, thank you guys. Lane, any last words or thoughts?
To your heart be true.
Um,
Also, never turn your back on a friend.
Never turn your back on a friend, and always be there to defend. Generally speaking, be dependable, though.
Yeah, and hopefully we'll do this again soon.
Hopefully next week. All right, peace, dudes.
Take care, everyone.